Good evening. Welcome to ORP TV News, coming to you live on this Sunday, July 30th. We're almost through with the month of July. Can you believe this? Summer is, two-thirds over now. Ian Wiedenbaker, I'm going to beat you to the punch. Hi there, buddy. How are you doing? Hope you're staying cool. You always kind of think it's June, July, August being your summer. So, Austin Aziz, one of my best buddies in the whole world, he's here. Man, he's two-thirds of the way through the summer. That always kind of stinks. But here we are, July 30th, coming to you live from the JK Auto Repair studio. Of course, JK Auto Repair, a full-service car care provider located in Ozark, Missouri, 2301 Sowmore Road. My buddies John King, Zach Jones can take great care of you, 5812004. This is the Twister Alley Raceway weekend wrap-up. Twister Alley Raceway, Butterfield, Missouri. The absolute gold star standard for what all go-kart tracks should try to be, and even a lot of big tracks ought to try to be as good as Twister Alley Raceway. One of our sponsors, Hannah O, Home Sweet Home Realty and Associates. I just saw a game the other day about buying a home is one of the biggest, most difficult, stressful times in your life. Well, if you get Hannah O on your side, it's going to be so smooth. It's going to go just boom, like that. You're in a new house. Or your house is sold. Boom. That's who you want to get with. 631-7657, Hannah O, Home Sweet Home Realty and Associates. And my buddy, Austin Aziz, he's here. If you aren't going over and checking out the Austin Aziz show, you are missing out because this kid is killing it. Every week he just gets better and better in that show. Someday it's going to be on ESPN or Fox Sports or whatever's big out there. And you're going to say, I started watching him when he was doing this show from his bedroom. My brother Andy's here. He had a big weekend. His stores, Sigs and Swigs in Nixa, Missouri, Whistle Stop in Monette, Busted Still in Clever, Missouri, Shiners in Aurora, Trading Post in Hartville, and Seymour Liquor and Tobacco, Seymour, Missouri. These are great stores. Like I said before, this isn't one of those places where you're like, I don't know about going in there. This is absolutely beautiful locations. Megan and Andy have set these up. You feel so welcomed and comfortable inside these stores. You will absolutely love it. Go check them out and tell them you heard about it here on ORP TV. Those sponsors, Team Aziz, AAA Race Show, Down to Earth Lawn and Landscaping, Titans of 10-5, MKRA Midwest Kart Racing, and the Missouri Motocross Hall of Fame. This wrapped up, just moments ago. So if you have it recorded, somehow you're getting Fox, unlike me. I'm going to give you a second here to scooch. NHRA from Sonoma, California just wrapped up minutes ago. Top Fuel, Justin Ashley defeats Antron Brown in the finals. Boy, I sure hated to see that. Nothing against Justin Ashley. I just really like Antron Brown. Funny Car, J.R. Todd over Chad Green. Not a fan of J.R. Todd. He last week we talked about one of the drivers he was against. J.R. Todd was having an issue. The other driver waited on him, and by the time he got ready, then the other driver had a problem, and J.R. Todd wouldn't wait on him. Pretty low-class move. But he won this week, and Pro Stock Motorcycle, Gage Herrera, again this week. He is absolutely on a tear through that Pro Stock Motorcycle class. Just before that, wrapping up, NASCAR Cup Series, Chris Buescher with the win. Love that chrome look there of the numbers. Chris Buescher with the win. He is just ahead of Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Of course, this was a 3-lap sprint to the finish, just wrapping up from Richmond Raceway. Chris Buescher now in the playoffs on the strength of this one victory here, so that locks him in to the playoffs. Superstar Racing Experience Thursday night. If you haven't been watching the soap opera that is Superstar Racing Experience every week, this past week was just as dysfunctional as can be. We'll just let this play here and let you see this here. For the win, Kyle Busch in his debut of the SRX. Kyle Busch with the win. Clint Bowyer second. Tony Stewart third. Keselowski, Ryan Newman, Elio Castroneves, Bobby Labonte, Haley Deegan, Marco Andretti, Paul Tracy, Joseph Newgarden, and Kenny Schrader.
Well, we've caught up with Ken Schrader there. So you lived it. Walk us through it, Kenny.
I'd like to see it, but I'm pretty sure it had black shoved into the outside wall.
Here's Paul Tracy. Here's Joseph Newgarden. Here's Schrader.
I'm not running another race with him. I'm done.
All right, Kenny Schrader frustrated here tonight.
Those two had tangled in our first race of the season at Stafford in Connecticut.
Strong words there.
And you can see what's left of Paul Tracy's SRX machine. We talked to Ken Schrader. He voiced his displeasure about what happened. What's your side, Paul?
I mean, Newgarden and I were bouncing off of each other for a couple laps, and I got a nose ahead of him, half a car length ahead of him. I just got hooked and turned sideways down the straightaway. I mean, it's just hard racing. At the end there, 10 laps to go, and everybody's now going for it hard, and it's just, I mean, it's a tough track to get off the corner. It's a bad deal for everybody.
All right, Connor, you called it. You said it was going to be pretty rough here with about 15 to go.
That's what Paul Tracy called half a car length, by the way.
How far up the side of Joseph Newgarden he got? They were pretty much.
Now here's Tony Stewart being interviewed about it.
Tearing up race cars every week.
What happened to guys that are tearing cars up coming back? So yeah, it's I haven't seen any of the stuff. Luckily, it was all behind me, but it sounds like it's the same cast of characters.
So, if you watched this last year, you know that I have pretty strong feelings about Paul Tracy and Tony Stewart. But the difference is I happen to think that Tony Stewart is one of the best drivers to ever get behind a steering wheel. I love him as an announcer. I think he's great as an announcer, great as a driver. I don't particularly care for him, but nonetheless, he is fantastic. Paul Tracy is a fat-headed idiot. Last year, he went up in the holler to go at 55 years old or whatever it is. He went to go get in the face of 20-year-old Hailie Deegan. He's crashed some drivers this year. He had this crash. And as I think it was Kenny Wallace said, when you've pissed off Ken Schrader, you've really done something, because that sweet little old man, as my wife pointed out when we were at PRI, she said, "Oh, look at him. He's got little Velcro shoes. What a sweet little old man." I said, "That's Kenny Schrader." So when he takes one look at that and goes, I'd kind of like to see it. Yep, I'm done. I ain't racing him no more. Boom, gone. Goodbye. Wherever Paul Tracy went, he can go back to. SRX posted this statement: Superstar Racing Experiences announced an immediate suspension of driver Paul Tracy in relation to yesterday's on-track incident at Pulaski County Motorsports Park. We take issues regarding driver safety extremely seriously at SRX, said Chief Executive Officer Don Hawk. This is not a decision we take lightly. It is our responsibility to ensure we foster a competitive and, most importantly, a safe racing environment. I've been in contact with Paul directly, and we appreciate his cooperation on the matter. Hopefully, his contact with Paul was something along the lines of, "Hey, Paul, pack your crap and hit the road, stupid." Oh, maybe that's a little harsh. But nonetheless, they got him out of there. I don't think anybody will miss him. Now, moving into this will be the dad from the movie Lost Boys. That's a reference that only probably none of you will get, but he sure looks like the dad from Lost Boys. Johnny Benson Jr., a 1995 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. That's 18 years ago, but he's still around, still a favorite, a Michigan native, so he is going to take over this spot at least for the next race. So Johnny Benson Jr., who everybody always liked. Yes, my brother Andy's right. He is a Canadian. That is Paul Tracy. You can go, "Hey, I thought I had half a car on him. It was like a fender, eh?" Yeah, you hoser. Beat it. Deport him. I say we deport him. Johnny Benson Jr., everybody likes him. He's going to take over that spot at least this week. Johnny Benson Jr. tagged to replace Paul Tracy in the SRX series, so good for him. Spokes BMX, my buddy Chris Askew is here. Didn't have the win this week, but he was second. I just wanted to note that. So Thursday night, Spokes BMX, 31-35 cruiser, Adam Walke, Alan Hill in the 51-55 cruiser, 7 novice Trenton Miller, 9 novice Mason Hedstrom, 41-45 novice Brian Steverson, Cy Kuntz in the 11 intermediate, Kason Myers 13 intermediate, Donnie Johnson 17-20 intermediate, and 9 expert went to Chayton Rodas. Congratulations to them. Bolivar Speedway Friday night, POWRi Midwest Mod, one of the drivers. I'm glad to see our decal on that car every week. I told you, if you don't have a big OORP TV decal, we've got some of these. We've got lots of the ones this size. I got some of the bigger ones. I mean, is it the reason? I don't know. We'll never know, but I know he's winning with our decal. Dayton Newell, POWRi Midwest Mod winner, USRA Stock Car Mark Simon. Robbie Jones in the POWRi Pure Stock. Robbie Ewing, POWRi B Mod. Corbin Mooney in the POWRi Hornet. And Cop Stock, Robbie Jones Sr. So if you were named Robbie, you had a pretty good 50-50 chance of winning last week at Bolivar Speedway, which, by the way, is getting a fantastic crowd every week. Callaway Raceway Friday night, POWRi Pure Stock Darren Porter. Ted Welshmeyer with another win in the POWRi Super Stock. Damon Kiefer in the USRA Mod. POWRi Hornet goes to Ryan Lewis. And Dirt Car UMP Modified Trey Harris. Electric City Speedway in Butler, Missouri. POWRi Super Stock Ethan Lamons. Cody Orenberg in the Pure Stock. POWRi Midwest Mod Mitch Coulter. Dakota Lowe takes the POWRi B Mod. The Midwest Wingless Racing Association, MWRA, Corey Schutte, and the Dirt Car 4-cylinder, Steven Say. Humboldt Speedway on Friday night, USRA Modified, Tyler Kidwell. Matthew Kay was the winner in the Midwest Mod. Factory Stock goes to Matt Collins. Clint Hagler in the USRA Tuner, and ARMI USRA Modified goes to Tyler Davis. Lakeside Speedway, Kansas City, Kansas on Friday night. It's definitely the sticker. I'm glad to hear you say that. There he is, Dayton Newell. Man, I've got that shirt all washed. It's hanging up. It's over here. I've got it hanging up with all my other race shirts. I'm sure proud to have that. Thank you so much. Lakeside Speedway, Pure Stock, Tim Billings. Chris DeShong takes the E-Mod. USRA B-Mod goes to Mark Schraffen. Nick Beidinger with another win in the USRA Modified. And Chris DeShong comes back after winning the E-Mod, takes the USRA Stock Car. Lebanon Midway Speedway Friday night. Dirt Late Model, Dustin Atkinson. Trent Wynn in the POWRi Midwest Mod. POWRi Pure Stock, Peyton McDowell. Michael Muskrat in the POWRi Super Stock. POWRi B Mod, Bobby Williams. And Legends, Tyler Garrettson. North Central Arkansas Speedway, Hobby Stock, Brent Ralston. Kyle Davis in the Super Stock. A-Mod goes to Kelby Wright. Ben Piper's your winner in the Economy Late Model, and Pure Stock goes to Calvin Smith. Ozark Raceway Park, kind of wrapping up our Friday night portion. Drag Strip. Friday night, the Cash Shootout went to Craven Moore. If you know that name and you've seen that Mazda and you're thinking, man, that's it right there. Craven Moore takes the win in the Cash Shootout on Friday night. Congratulations there, Craven. Saturday night. This was the conclusion of last week's Don Irwin Showtime, the Living Legend Shootout. This week they had the conclusion of that, so the fans who had their wristbands from the previous week got in for free. It was $15 if you didn't. Well, this is Don Showtime Irwin here. That's him and his wife and his crew. That is just absolutely one of the best looking drag cars I have ever seen. That mid-80s Thunderbird look. It looks a lot like, it's like the drag race version. I think it's, not Morgan Shepherd. I'm trying to think who it is that run that. But the car reminds me a lot also of that era with Bill Elliott. So, Don, the Showtime Irwin Living Legend Shootout. Junior Dragster goes to Hannah Phillips. Limited 275, Kent Hager. Jeff Downing takes your motorcycle. 550 Index, Daniel Campbell. Cody Bennett in the 650 Index. Pro Tree No Box, Jason Cypress. The truck class, Kerry Bass. 10.5 Index, Justin Heckman. Brad West in your 8.5 Index. Pro Mod, he won. That's got to be pretty cool. It's a trophy with your name on it, and you won it. the Pro Mod, Don Showtime Irwin. Pro Street, one of my buddies, Brent Deputy with the win. The OG Pro Street, Todd Bennett, and Street Fighter goes to Mark Bell. Mocan Dragway Saturday, Sportsman Don Avendette with the win. Tucker Thies in the Junior Mod, Junior Competition goes to Cannon Garson. Zach Klein in the No E, and Super Pro goes to Andy Blaze. Now, before we get over into the Saturday, I'm going to tell you a little about, let's take a little break from all of that and give you some personal news. Yesterday, we were in Boonville, Missouri. I'm no professional, but I got this photo here of my nephew, Devin Stegner. He's only like 12. There's no way he can be old enough to be kissing a girl, let alone marrying one. He's actually closer to 25. Devin Stegner, and now the new Mrs. Stegner, the newest Mrs. Stegner, there's been a few, the newest Mrs. Stegner, Kylie Mosher Stegner. Congratulations to Devin and Kylie Stegner. We got real lucky. The heat index was 107 there on Friday. On the way up yesterday, big storm comes through, drops 25 degrees, and we got out of there with just about 73 degrees. None of us melted. So congratulations to them, to Devin and Kylie. We don't just celebrate racing. We like to celebrate the personal accomplishments. So the people that are in our world, this kind of family, this ORP TV group of people that we talk about, when they succeed, we're going to talk about it. Not just on the racetrack, but in life, the wedding. Down at Twister Alley Raceway, Matt and Brianne Darnell have Parker Darnell, the racer, and then their daughter, Maddie. Maddie is a stunner. Let me tell you, she does softball. She does obviously go-karting, but she is a beautiful young woman. This was from this weekend here. Maddie is officially signed in as the 2023 Preteen Miss Princess of America. Miss Princess of America preteen. Signing out of Branson and headed for an exciting year of service. She is 12 years old. Look at this beautiful young woman. She is absolutely a stunner. And sweet as can be. She does a lot of work with making sure that kids have helmets for racing. The girl is going to be, I hope she's Miss Universe, Miss America, Miss USA, whatever she wants to be. She has the looks, the charisma, and the talent to do it. Congratulations there to Maddie Darnell. Also yesterday, just after one of the first fights on the prelim, we talk about her a lot. We haven't got to sponsor her per se, like on her uniforms. This is a lot like, we put a decals on Austin Aziz, his cars. He doesn't charge me too much. He threatens me, but he doesn't charge me too much to put a decal on there. Then moving up to Dayton Newell's car, a little more to get that on there. Once you move up to the UFC, what it costs to put a logo on something at the go-kart level, the dirt track level, Xfinity level, and then Cup Series, she's at the top level. Had dropped out of the top 15 in the world. I strongly believe she will move back into that on 2 weeks' notice. Miranda Maverick from Buffalo, Missouri, steps in, kicked some ass yesterday, got back to fighting the way she should. She was fighting her game, takedowns, the arm bar, or she calls it the farm bar. She wasn't jacking around. She got it done. And this is one of the things that just absolutely gives me goosebumps. The love that girl has for her daddy. There, Mr. Cordell Maverick, lifting his daughter up in praise and celebration. Congratulations to the entire team there, Miranda Maverick. Moving over into Saturday racing. Here we go. 81 Speedway, Park City, Kansas. USRA class modified, Tyler Davis. USRA B Mod goes to Brian McGowan. Jared Reimer in the Super Stock. Casey Coleman in the Mini Stock. And Bo Davis is your Stock Car winner. I-44 Speedway at Riverside at Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. They have a lot of classes here. Junior Sprint Micro, Chase Bunton. Dylan Berglund takes the Turf Tire Micro and Non-Wing Micro. Raymond Gastineau in the A-Class Winged Micro. Jerry Cantrell in the Tuners. Power Eye Midgets goes to Kyle Jones. And Chandler Foltz in the Dwarf. Springfield Raceway, we could hear them racing last night from where we live. We could hear Springfield Raceway one direction and the Ozarks Empire Fair the other direction. Power Eye Midwest Mod, the B class last night, Jacob Cater in the win. Alan Thompson is your mini stock front wheel drive winner. The Bomber Enduro class goes to Tyrell Jones. Jordan Goddard takes the pure stock. Gary Krebs in the Power Eye Midwest Mod A class. Michael Haleman takes the USRA stock car. Power Eye B Mod goes to James Thompson. And Legends winner Jay Reynolds. Valley Speedway in Grain Valley, Missouri. Saturday night, Cole Ryan in the E-Mod. We should have heard him screaming for that Dirt Track Demon, Roman Stumpf with the win in the Dirt Demons. I haven't done that in a while. I kind of missed it. Jesse Mulick in the B-Mods and Dylan Rafferty. Same song, different verse. This week, another win for the Rafferty's top 3 positions. Rafferty's taking top 3. Dylan with another win in the Mod Lights. Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. USRA Stock Car Chase Galvin. Tom Charles in the SMVR. USRA Modified Ryan Middaugh. Justin Wells takes the late model. And J.C. Morton is your USRA B-Mod winner. North Central Arkansas Motor Speedway. Central Arkansas Motor Speedway. Plummerville, Arkansas. IMCA Modified J.T. Goodson. Josh Jackson is your factory stock winner. IMCA stock car goes to Ricky Wrinkle Jr. IMCA Mod Light, Kevin Simpkins. Knoxville Raceway. I'm going to tell you about this one just because this is such a cool dude that took the win here. Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. 410 sprints. Rico Abreu. If you aren't following Rico Abreu, he is a factory driver for Kyle Busch Motorsports, and he is incredible. He is such a cool dude and is very integral in sponsoring and supporting our buddy Nicholas Bradshaw from Lebanon. So Rico with the win in the 410 and Garrett Williamson in the 360 sprints. Nevada Speedway, Power Eye classes, Super Stock Chris Kircher, Jerry Morgan in the B-Mod, Pure Stock Chris Diamond, Power Eye Midwest Mod Garrett Thompson, Rocky Stone in the Outlaw 4-cylinder, Nixa, Missouri's Wesley Smith in the non-wing sprint, and Enduro goes to Mike Parker. Lake Ozark Speedway, Eldon, Missouri, Power Eye 410. We drove right by there yesterday. Outlaw Sprint goes to Aaron Rutzel. Ben Newell, the Hall of Famer with the Power Eye Midwest Mod winner. Colson Kirk in the Power Eye B Mod. Moving back to Pro Series racing. Well, yesterday afternoon, or this was actually last night. The Xfinity race was first last night from Richmond. Carson Hocevar there, you can see he lit him up there. I thought that was such a cool picture. All he needed was some marshmallows there. Richmond Raceway Saturday night. Carson Hocevar with the win. Ty Majeski is second and Zane Smith third. The Xfinity Series yesterday. This was the noontime race. I believe this is one of Dale Jr.'s drivers. This was at Road America. Sam Mayer with his first career win. I think this is his home track, so this was a big one for him. Parker Klingerman second, and Austin Hill rounds out your top 3. That's it. Man, I like when we hit about 25 minutes. I always look over here, and I'm real happy when we get to about there. I'm planning ahead, man. We ever KOLR, KY3, any of those channels, we could just drop some commercials right in here. A couple minutes. Boom, you got 30 minutes of action, and I'm bringing over a whole fan base with me. You hear me, KOLR? Or I can't even say it. So much for that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, you can send me a message. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Unless you don't like me, don't send me a message. I already know that. orptvmedia@gmail.com and send me a text, 417-872-9854. We'll be back here Wednesday night. We'll be telling you about all the racing action coming up. We'll be telling you about birthdays, anniversaries. Let me know when you got something big going on. We want to celebrate you, your life, you guys. This is about you. This is all I do. This is what I live for, is to make you guys happy and entertain you. We'll see you back here Wednesday night. Be nice to everybody. I love you. For ORP TV, I'm Stag. Nanny?
See you next time. ORP TV.